So I have this note on my desk and it says, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm grateful for you. And so I thought that that was a good way to start our Sunday morning or afternoon, depending on where you're at, or evening. We're going to use the Akashic Records, Akashic Truth Oracle deck, okay? And then we're going to pull a little tarot. All right, let's asking Akasha, my guides, and my higher self, what is important for me to focus on and share today for the collective. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what we got. Ooh, stuck in lack. Taking the high road. Victim mindset. Okay, so let's get into this. You have all the resources you need to carry you through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It is only ego-based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. We have take the high road. You're at an impasse with a relationship or situation. It's now time to think bigger. Release desired outcomes and take the most positive course of action. Let's do the victim mindset. You feel the world is against you, and this will only cause you to attract more negative results. Stop the blame and take responsibility for your happiness. Only then will abundance start to flow. Thank you. Let's see what else we can get. Stuck in fear. You're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but what about all the things that could go right? Make a paradigm shift in your thinking and take inspired action anyway. All right, there's a lot going on, y'all. So this is about like not getting stuck in the muck. All right, you're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but what about all the things that could go right? Some of us are meant to anchor in all the things that could go right. We're meant to use this as a way of transforming. Thinking bigger. Taking the most positive course of action. Reining in our ego-based fears. Reining them in. You have all the resources you need to carry yourself through. Gratitude. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you're truly thankful for. That's beautiful. Being present. This talks about you're ungrounded and spending too much time in your head. Something has caused you to retreat to your mind. It's time to bring consciousness to it so you can resolve it and start living life more fully. Thank you. Solitude. Spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in any situation. Many of us are being prepared. Okay, so what are you being prepared for? What are you experiencing? What is the fear mindset, the monkey mind bringing to your awareness? How can you rein that in so that it's not something you're creating from? You're being prepared for a new path. You've cleared karma, and now your soul is leading you to new experiences. All the steps may not seem clear just yet. Continue moving forward, and the path will begin to reveal itself, okay? You can't take all this bag of shit with you, all right? You're going to have to leave the bag of shit behind. So this is about preparing you to release this once and for all. Walking away. You're wasting your precious energy on something that will not bear fruit. It's time to turn your attention to things more aligned to your soul's purpose. So this is going from like the south node, right, into the north node. Okay, let's see what else we can get here. Is there more with this? Okay. Okay. Find the lesson. Something has happened and it stops you in your tracks. In reality, it was simply teaching you where you need to grow. There's no such thing as failure. So pick yourself up, learn from it, and keep going. So there's this like, continuing to reflect on the past, but with judgment of self. And that judgment is creating burdens, and it's creating some sort of stagnancy, some sort of lack. I feel like there's a need to kind of like release the fear mindset, and take the high road, and be gratitude for the lesson, and take the time it needs to kind of put these things to rest, because you're being prepared for a new beginning, a new opportunity, a new path that's in alignment with your soul. The lesson you learned was for your soul's growth and development. I feel like you're being asked to take charge. You're taking a backseat in a relationship or a situation, and it may end up costing you time, money, or opportunity. You need to step up and regain control once again. So this is you being in the driver's seat and not letting like your fears take control. Okay, so this is you being in charge of your reality. You have this understanding now that your mindset creates your reality. And if you're constantly stuck in fear, then you're going to have more to fear. Discovery, there's new ideas, there's new people, there's opportunities that are coming your way. While there's still work to do to reach your goals, you may discover new strengths and passions along the way. Great support. And then I have reach out at the bottom of the deck. You've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help, so reach out to ask for support at this time. Very good. Let's get some more advice. Okay. Let's see what we got. Page of Cups. Staying optimistic. Understanding that like not everything is what it seems. All right, there's this maybe a bit of like self-limiting beliefs here too when it comes to being stuck in lack. Like you may have had some sort of like preconceived feelings. Maybe it goes back to childhood, and so there's something here that you are healing and growing from. There's also this love that you are focused on for yourself and maybe those around. You might also be considering children at this time, like the younger version of you, the childlike wonder of you. It's like understanding that like you can make something out of nothing. You're the creator of your own reality. And so it's kind of like, even though there's a fish in this cup, like it's still something that you didn't have before. So it's kind of like remaining optimistic. I have an Emperor taking the high road. I have the Judgment, and then I have the Nine of Cups. So with the Emperor here, this is talking about taking the high road when it comes to a relationship or a situation. It's now time to think bigger. And so this is you seeing things from a higher perspective. The Emperor, is in charge of many things. In fact, this really is about, making decisions, being a leader, maintaining structure, and giving order to a situation. So this is you being the leader of your life. Judgment here is again like afflicting these woulda, coulda, shouldas over and over and over again, is keeping you stuck in fear. You're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but what about all the things that could go right? And this is you awakening to this truth and awakening to things around you that maybe could be contributing to some of this fear. But what I'm getting is like you have the ability to make a paradigm shift in your thinking and take inspired action anyway. I have gratitude. I have abundance. I have indulgence even. I feel like there's so much to go around. Like there's enough for everybody. Again, getting out of this lack energy. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you're thankful for. So this is you being in the position of gratitude. Nine of Cups. Okay, solitude. Spending time alone is often what we need so that we can hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in any situation. This energy is standing on its own, and it's creating its own balance and harmony. There's also this understanding of like cause and effect and how things play out in our world, our universe, our present reality. And understanding like sometimes you do have to work on things yourself. It's sometimes up to you to bring balance to a situation and balance to your life. So it's like there's a lot of juggling. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of going with the flow here. Okay, so maybe there's a need of integration here. There could be a decision that you might be also present with that might need for you to pay attention. So I'm getting like there could be some whispers of the soul that's going to help you go from one direction to another and bring balance. So this could be helping you like making a decision when it comes to your new path. Okay. I have a new path. You've cleared karma. All right. And there's this new experiences. This is like you understanding that like you're stable, you're secure, you're abundant, you're independent. You might have, had to build yourself back up. This is like you glowing. I feel like all the steps may not seem clear just yet, but this is you moving forward on the path and things will be revealed. This is you trusting in the universe. I also have finding the lesson. There's been many. There's been a lot of burdens. This is that bag of shit I was talking about. Nobody wants to carry the bag of shit with them everywhere they go. So something has happened and it stopped you in your tracks. In reality, it was simply teaching you where you needed to grow. Okay. And I feel like there's patterns that you're releasing at this time that may have been picked up along the way. And it was for the purpose of your growth and development. But now you've learned the lesson, and so you can put this down. There is no such thing as failure. So pick yourself up and learn from it and keep going. Next one is take charge. Take charge with the Queen of Swords. Hey, yeah. You're taking a back seat in a relationship, or you might be just sitting back and kind of observing things. The Queen of Swords does have her sword up. So this means that like, it's not biased. So this is like an unbiased perspective here. And so something might need for you to speak up, okay? And trust yourself and take charge, okay? There's a need for you to step up and regain control once again, right? Like speak your truth is what I'm getting. Be your most authentic self. There's something you might need to make a decision on that you might be holding back on because you're still holding on to the past. So there might need to be a bit of like energy clearing here. Discovery, new ideas, people, and opportunities may be coming your way. While there's still work to do to reach your goals, you may discover new strengths and passions along the way. And then I got the 5 of Pentacles for this. So there may be resources available, but maybe you're having a hard time knowing or finding the resources you need to go in the direction that you'd like to go on. So I'm getting like the churches, there's, some sort of building with lights on. And this is like the top part of the tree of the Kabbalah tree, right? So there's like virtues and principles going on here at the top. And I'm getting like there's wisdom, there's knowledge, there's resources available. If only you would look. And this is also calling about like it's time for you to discover that there's resources available. And for you not to be blindsided and stuck in your lack, okay? Because that's preventing you from seeing possibilities and opportunities. New ideas, peoples, and opportunities may be coming your way while there's still work to do, okay? You may discover new strengths and passions along the way. So I feel like whatever you've been through is only to make you stronger, okay? So it's like, don't give up. There's an energy of not giving up. Because we have the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this talks about you creating the life that you desire, you creating a world where you enjoy being in it. This is you tapping in again to those resources. This is you working with the energy and creating a world that's worth living in. Okay, so 10 of Cups, Magician. Let's see what else we got. Knight of Swords, coming in hot. Something's coming in fast. Okay, there could be communication that is requiring you to take the high road in a situation or some sort of impasse. This could be somebody who wants to kind of start a fight, or somebody who feels like they're more empowered than you are. There's some need to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action here. This is you being in charge of your life and what you allow in your life and what you don't allow. And not to react. We don't want to react, okay? Judgment. We have the Six of Swords. This is moving on to peace. Choosing peace. Understanding something experienced was for the sake of the experience. And it's not a curse. Like, you can move on from this. This is about removing yourself from being stuck in fear. It's like you're thinking about all things that could go wrong, but what about all the things that could go right? So it's kind of like there's this moving on, right, from the judgment. There's this honest self-evaluation. There's forgiveness. There's a transformation here. And so this is making that paradigm shift, okay, and choosing to see something differently than maybe how you have in the past. So it's like not letting the pain and suffering be what the takeaway is, but taking the lesson. We have the Nine of Swords. So this is talking about worrying about, it's like not focusing on the things that you do have and focusing on the things that you don't have. So again, it's that mindset, it's that paradigm shift and being grateful, okay? And knowing that, like, it's time to recognize what's going well in your life versus and being thankful for that and not focusing on everything else that's going on around you in your physical reality. I feel like the mental state, okay, very important here. Your mindset. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a new opportunity here, a new direction that you're being guided to take, and they need you to be in solitude so that you can hear the whispers of your soul. This is also so that you can get to know all aspects of yourself, and so you can stand on your own in any situation. So I feel like there is like this new beginning, this new path coming in, possibly in the form of a contract or new opportunity. The Star card. Yeah, this is really talking about like you've cleared the karma, you have poured back into yourself, you've done the healing work. Your soul is leading you to new experiences, and all the steps may not seem clear, but moving forward on the path will begin to reveal itself. This is you pouring into you instead of pouring out into everybody else and being depleted. This is you pouring into yourself. And look what happens. Like, you're glowing, you're exuberant, you're beautiful, you're glowing. Okay, so pouring into yourself on this new path. Prioritizing self-care is what I'm getting here. High Priestess energy. Okay, this is you tapping into your intuition, understanding that there's a spiritual lesson here. Something, was for the sake of you reconnecting with your higher self in the situation. I feel like there's no such thing as failure, so pick yourself up and learn from it and keep going. I feel like there's maybe a higher lesson here playing out that you were encouraged to connect with so that you could put these burdens down that no longer serve you. Because you're meant to have some sort of neutral position here. A higher perspective. A higher knowing. Queen of Pentacles, clarifying the Queen of Swords. Air and Earth. This is you taking charge of your physical reality. Okay, taking charge of your physical reality. Maybe you've taken a back seat in a relationship or situation, and it may have, affected your finances. But what I'm getting is that there's something coming in here that is going to help with this stability and security. So this is you stepping up and regaining the control once again of your physical reality here. Again, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, there's this Ace of Pentacles here. So something's coming in that's going to help build your stability back up. It could be something that you're going to need to go out and learn. Maybe it's something that you don't currently have the awareness of. Yeah, Queen of Wands. It's 3 queens right here. Plus, like, the pre-Empress energy. Heavy Divine Feminine. I feel like this is you understanding the laws of the universe and being able to use your spiritual abilities, your passion, your motivation, your inspiration to not to change how you create. Right now you might be creating from a place of lack with the 5 of Pentacles, but this is you being empowered. This is you being magical. This is you being mystical in discovering all of these wonderful things about yourself. And I feel like new ideas, new people, new opportunities will be coming your way. There's still work to be done. There's always work to be done. There's always things to learn. I feel like you're embracing this path. This is you discovering your strengths and passions along the way. So it's kind of like you being open to continuing to develop yourself and your spiritual abilities and gifts. Beautiful. Beautiful messages. 3 of Swords. Queen of Cups. We have all queens present. I feel like you hold a lot of love and compassion and empathy for others. Maybe you don't always receive this in return. So maybe over the years you've had to like protect your cup. Not everybody deserves access to you. But I feel like you're very empathic. You're a beautiful soul. Justice is playing out. I feel like balance is being restored. Okay, so if anything was unfair and unjust, I feel like, you know, especially when it comes to someone who might want to lash out at you, you're being asked to take the higher road and to surrender this to the divine. The divine is handling it. That's that like higher perspective, higher road, take the higher ground energy. Yeah, because they're in devil energy. They're in their low vibrational energy. They want to keep you stuck and stagnant. I feel like you see this for what it is and you're moving on. You've made your conscious decision to not let the past hold you back and for you to leave it behind once and for all, like not taking the bag of shit with you. You have something that is a much higher calling. And sometimes like the fear, the ego is what keeps us trapped and stuck. So understanding that like you're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, right? Which is what the ego, you know, kind of helps us to stay stuck in. It's like you can free yourself at any time. Okay, so free your mind is what I'm getting. Free your mind. I feel like there is some sort of mission, some sort of direction, some sort of path, again, that you're meant to be on. So I feel like this is, you know, you not letting yourself, not holding yourself back is what I'm getting. I have a King of Pentacles, so there could be an opportunity coming in here. There could be somebody who is very stable, secure in their own right. And there is something here that they might be bringing to the table that is going to help balance things out for you. You may have to leave where you're at and what you're doing. It might be a shift in what you do or how you do it. Maybe it's how you make money. Maybe it's a new way of existing here in the physical realm. If you are looking for a new job or new opportunity or to go in a new direction, I feel like this is confirmation of that. I feel like this is about receiving guidance on this too. So that might be why you're in solitude or alone at this time. You could be in like hermit mode. It's so that you are isolated and you're not going to be receiving guidance from outside resources who have their own intentions for you, right? Because you're meant to be on a new path. And so they want to guide you, you know, towards that path. Okay. And then we have a 6 of Cups. Family might be really significant, or this is somebody who you may be friends with, or someone kind of is observing you from afar, or you might come up, you might meet each other out and about in town. I'm getting like this very much could be somebody who you're going to meet along the path that you're on here, this King of Pentacles. I'm getting they're representing the 6 of Cups here. So you might feel like you've known them before. I have the Page of Wands and the 3 of Cups. I'm getting with the Page of Wands is like going on that path and embracing the new adventure that's in front of you and being excited for what the future holds. This also represents good news. It also represents, you know, leaving what no longer serves you, okay, and staying optimistic and neutral about it all, and choosing the new path and embracing what's new. So it's like you had to release all of this so that you can pick this up, because otherwise your hands and your energy are full and there's no capacity for anything new. So you got to put this down so you can pick this up, okay? This is you finding the lesson, okay? And because you found the lesson, you can create something new with it than maybe what you could have before, because this was for your spiritual growth, your soul's growth here. Okay. Three of Cups, and then we also have the Three of Pentacles. So 3-3 might be relevant. You could be very much being spiritually aligned to work with others that have like the same vibration as you. I'm getting like soul tribe or collaboration or a new opportunity. This also represents like working with others to create new solutions. There is a discovery here. It's kind of like, see the arches, it's kind of like, you know, going through a threshold, if you will, of expanded wisdom and knowledge, and being able to, you know, seek some guidance, maybe a mentor, maybe someone who has a special skill, or maybe you're the one that is developing the special skills. I am getting your magical, I am getting that you're going to use what you've experienced to create from, and this is about discovery, and this is about new ideas, people, and opportunities that may be coming your way, okay? Where there's still work to do to reach your goal, you may discover new strengths and passions along the way. So this is you tapping into, you know, what didn't work out and creating something from it that will work out, because you've had this expanded wisdom and knowledge here. I feel like this is soul tribe energy. This is a community of support, whether that's family, friends, coworkers, whatever that might be in your situation. The Sun card. All right. I feel like this is, again, everything's coming to light so that things can, so we can grow from what we've experienced here. It is all about your soul, the growth, being one with the divine. This is about positive energy, understanding, and sensing the presence of the divine. So I feel like everything's been divinely orchestrated. Okay, so it's like trust the process, and you're loved, and you're being celebrated, and just know that like your experience here does not define who your soul is. Okay, it just simply is what you are experiencing. So there's a bit of like understanding that you're a much bigger being than your physical reality here, okay? And you very much could be wanting to have some sort of community. There is this, like, you've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to have support. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to connect with others. It's okay to reach out and ask for support at this time if you're needing it. So that's for some of you. What else? I feel like whatever was going on behind the scenes is coming to the light, and you're being seen as victorious for overcoming and choosing the higher road. Continue to choose the higher road, okay? Don't get stuck in the muck with all of these other energies. They want to keep you from your purpose. So see clearly, okay? And sometimes in order to see that clearly, you've got to be in solitude. You've got to be alone. Spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in the situation. And therefore, you can tap into your intuition to know what's for you, what isn't for you. What's the truth? What's the illusion? What's trying to create fear and confusion? That is not for you, okay? Fear and illusion and confusion is never for you. It's to distract you and keep you stuck. So, you know, you're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but you're being asked to think about all the things that could go right. Making a shift, a paradigm shift, a mental shift, okay? And you're thinking and take inspired action anyway. You're being guided to take inspired action, but sometimes the distractions get in the way and it prevents you from getting the clear message that you're meant to receive, okay? Beautiful messages today. I hope this finds who needs it. Sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you on the next one.